And we're live. Welcome to
Hey!
another exciting episode. Episode 4, A New Hope. Tuesday rehearsal.
New Hope. I don't get it.
That's a good transition. It's a great transition.
So as usual, I'm completely unprepared for this episode.
I
listened to all the songs again today.
I listened to
Well, don't give it away now.
well, I
No
don't have
spoilers.
I also don't have any graphics prepared either. So
What's the category, folks?
This week's category is songs from a movie. Songs
from an 80's movie.
In particular, 80s. All the movies that we picked. Well, actually, Mel's movie is from the 90s, but the song was recorded in the 80s. So that's like a weird little loophole that we can fall back on.
And my song was recorded in the 70s, but the movie was in the 80s.
What song did you get again, Dave?
I can't tell you until it's my turn.
Wait a minute. Why am I drawing a complete blank? So
it's okay.
You know what I thought of too, and I just thought of it today when we were right before we were set to go, is another good movie and song joining together would be "Eye of the Tiger" and Rocky 3.
I considered that one.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here? Uh-oh, the cops are here.
Oh no. It's making a great lighting effect on your face.
Oh, okay. So
it's calibrating to go into orange.
Oh, I get it. All right, yeah. She just told me her screen is calibrating to go into like night mode now, so that's why it's doing that. But yeah, the cops aren't really here, so
aren't we all?
So then all right, get into night mode now too. So
I had the fireman here early today.
It is really, really weird.
Your lava lamp looks good, Tony. Tony, you're breaking up.
We lost you a little bit there.
Yeah, so.
Oh no.
My connection is sketchy.
Close what?
You can close browser.
Okay, hold on. Let me just close this out real quick. Okay.
Anyway.
So,
who wants to go first?
I think Dave, have you gone first?
I do.
Yep, there you go. You go first, Dave. I'm trying to. I can't think of your song or your movie right now.
Well, if I tell you the movie is Revenge of the Nerds.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And at the end of Revenge of the Nerds, they played "We Are the Champions," and when it started, it gave me goosebumps because it was just a perfect song for that moment in the movie when the nerds rose up against their oppressors.
It's also not the standard version of that song.
It's not?
No, there's a whole choir section in there that wasn't in the original song, I don't think.
Ah. Well, that's news to me.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a huge Queen fan, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the song I chose. I thought that was a good use of a song in a movie, which was the category.
So you see Revenge of the Nerds and you hear the song, it gives you goosebumps.
Gave me goosebumps.
And
I thought it was the best part of the movie.
To be perfectly honest with you, I've never seen Revenge of the Nerds.
Me neither.
Great movie.
Yeah, you guys haven't lived.
It was.
You're right.
It was probably one of those first real. It was the original underdog movie. You know what I mean? Where the nerds kind of got an uprising. For too long, nerd culture was looked down upon. And I think Revenge of the Nerds, like now it's chic to be geek. And I think Revenge of the Nerds started kind of making
it's
that
hit
happen.
to be square.
Yeah, exactly. It's hit to be
I don't know, guys. I was cool. So.
I know what happened. Mel was just mentioning, and I remember this as well. When I think of We Are the Champions, as it fades out, do you guys remember, does he say, because we are the champions of the world, or does he just say, or we are the champions? Which
It
is
just says we are the champions. I watched a video on it, actually. It's that, what do they call it, effect there, where everybody thinks,
the
remembers
Mandela
it one way? Yeah, the Mandela effect, where they remember it as saying of the world, but in actuality, there is no of the world. It's just
Not
we
a
are
me.
the champions.
In your reality, we're actually from a parallel dimension. That's why our realities collided in 2012.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're going to go into the Mandela effect, you have to discuss that whole aspect of it. Is that it's some people who come from a universe where that actually was the case, and now they're stuck in this universe where it's not the case.
Right.
Drop some truth
So-
bombs on this podcast.
It's interesting. I think it's an interesting theory. I mean, I personally think that we're just misremembering it, and I think this has been going on since, like, ever since, like,
Well,
in
multiple
Casablanca.
universe theory, the multiple universe theory has a lot of credibility. I mean, whether you can actually slip between universes is a whole other thing. But
Well, I remember a lot of this going on way before this because if you recall in Casablanca, everyone like had this impression that he says, "Play it again, Sam," but he never says that. He says, "Play it, Sam. Play it."
right.
Play it, Sam. You played it for her, you can play it for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I honestly think it's just a case of people misremembering things.
That's what I think too. That's what I. But there are some cases where it's like, "What? Really? What?" You know. So, like, there are some things where I remember vividly. Like, I don't know if you guys ever remember that James Bond movie, Moonraker. At the end, the big villain at the end, he gets a girlfriend, and that's what turns him good. His girlfriend.
Jaws, yeah.
I remember his girlfriend having braces.
I remember that.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't?
She doesn't have braces. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
But I thought that was the joke.
No, that's what I thought too. It's like it doesn't make any sense that she doesn't have braces, but she didn't have braces. So it was
We
like,
are all in the wrong universe.
I know we all, you know. It's like-
Anyway, on going back to my movie, my song, I did a little research on Wikipedia, which is the only place I do research because it's got to be accurate.
Right.
It's on Wikipedia. And it said in 2011, a team of scientists decided that it was the catchiest song in the history of pop music.
That sounds like hard science.
I could read the whole article, but we'll be here for a while.
I think that makes a lot of sense, and it wouldn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me if Freddie Mercury did that on purpose. Like, you know, he's like, you know, I'm going to like write the catchy song in history right now.
So we're totally going to
Brian,
disregard She Loves You by the Beatles.
That's catchy, but catchiest song of all time. It's, you know, I think, you know, they were just getting on.
Champions.
Go ahead.
It's We Are the Champions.
Yeah.
Scientifically
Well, I mean,
proven.
Who am I to argue with Wikipedia?
You're no one, Tony. No one. And you never have been and you never will be. Love you, Tony.
Tony,
I'm in the wrong universe.
You decided that. And there's another one too. The Sally Field, when she was accepting the Oscar that time, and she's like, "You like me? You really, really like me." Apparently, she never said that. She said something. Oh, what did she end up saying? No. Sorry. Got it with a mouthful of food.
You like
First, Sally Field took a bite of food.
Oh, she said, "You like me right now," or something like that. Yeah, that's what it was. She said, "You like me right." It's really bizarre. It's like, for the most part, it's like I can blow a lot of it off, but some of it, I'm like, I was dead certain it was a certain way. And
Yeah.
I hear it, and I'm like, wow, it's so strange. So
It is strange because I don't like Sally Field, and I didn't then, and I don't now.
well, you know,
I had a crush on when she was young.
She was good in Smokey and the Bandit. I'll give her that much.
I mean, she's no. Good Lord, she just went out of my brain. She's in the song that I picked today.
B.B. Cates.
B.B. Cates.
Tell us about your song, Tony.
Well, I only picked it because of Phoebe Cates. Every time I hear that song, I think of Phoebe Cates, and every time I see Phoebe Cates, I hear that song.
What's the song?
Moving in stereo, living in cars.
As if you hadn't guessed by
moving in
now.
stereo.
And the particular scene you're talking about is where Judge Reinhold is masturbating in the bathroom while she's out in the swimming pool with his sister, right?
Yeah, she comes out and takes her top off out of the pool. I don't know what Reinhold's doing. I wasn't paying much attention to him.
But you know, I was.
Well, that's what he was doing.
I was feeling his embarrassment for him.
Yeah, and apparently for that scene, they actually gave him a dildo to be playing with when she walked in on the bathroom on him.
Really?
So that look of shock on her face is an actual look of shock because she wasn't expecting that.
Did you find that on Wikipedia?
No, I look, and we talked about this before too. The girl in the Trans Am who is who Judge Reinhold thinks is flirting with him, but she's actually just laughing at him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nancy Wilson from Heart.
Right.
Who actually is married to the director Cameron Crowe, and we were talking about just that so many people got their start in that movie. Like there was Nicolas Cage is in that movie.
Yeah.
Who else? Eric Stoltz, Forrest Whitaker, Sean Penn.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Phoebe Cates could have. What's that?
Spicoli.
Spicoli, yeah. It's like. It's so funny. He's such a serious actor now.
That's my skull.
So,
Mr. Hand.
Fantastic movie about a fantastic time in history, and we were there.
Right. It was.
Yeah, but I wasn't getting laid.
Oh, I never got laid.
I was 1984. Neither was I.
Never got laid in high school. That's why I could. I can feel for Judge Reinhold's character. That was me. I was just always kind of off somewhere in the distance, kind of doing my thing, like living in my own head and stuff. You know, moving in stereo.
Yeah. See, and I feel more like Spicoli than any of the others.
Good song, good choice. It is definitely an iconic scene, and the marriage of music and movie is right there. They don't even get into the song that deep in that.
No, they really don't even get into the song that deep. But you know, if you're in the car and you hear it, you know it immediately, and you probably think of that movie.
For sure.
That was pretty. Don't. She comes out of the pool and stuff. And just, I always thought you were so cool, Craig. I forget his name, but you know.
Brad. I think it was Brad. Not that I've seen that scene since then, many times on Pornhub, over and over again.
Well, I shared it with you guys just so we could discuss it.
I didn't see that one. Must have missed it. So anyway,
I clicked it 6 or 7 times since then.
She wound up marrying Kevin Kline. They hooked up after this movie, another really good movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I Love You to Death.
Yes, funny movie.
Oh, it was so funny. It's like Keanu Reeves, Kevin Kline, Tracy Ullman.
Well, while I was surfing today, I actually saw it. She has a song that she sings in one of the movies.
She was a big singer in Japan, wasn't she?
I guess
and she
so.
was a pop singer in Japan.
I had no idea that she sang at all, but it doesn't surprise me.
I'll look it up on Wikipedia.
The Japanese know what they like.
Japanese know what they like. So is it my turn?
Your turn, John. Shoot.
My song definitely like speaks for itself, and I think it's like a really good marriage of a song and a movie, and I think I think that without this song, the movie probably wouldn't be as popular as it is today. I think the song was definitely a good way for to draw extra people into the theater and everything like that. It's "Don't You Forget About Me" by Simple Minds, and the movie was The Breakfast Club.
Of course, yeah.
Fantastic song. I love that song.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 hey!
Whoa. Vocalists used to do a lot more of that shit back in the day. You know,
Yep.
they don't really do it that much these days. You know, there's like a little bit, but for the most part, they don't do too much of the scatting or the harmony that they used to.
Bit of trivia for you. That was the first band I ever saw live, Simple Minds.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Saw them in Portland Civic Center, Maine. And I only went because The Call was opening up for them. Do you remember The Call?
I do, yeah.
I was a big fan of them.
Yeah.
But I stayed, of course, to see Simple Minds, and it was a good show. They put on a good show. They did that song, of course, and the place went crazy.
Right.
Because that was their big hit.
Yeah.
I remember a couple years back.
87, maybe 86.
That sounds about right. It was like 85, 86 is when they were like really starting to get big. I remember a couple of years back that they performed on like MTV Music Awards, and I was working at the restaurant at the time, so I had the TV turned down, I had the radio up, and I looked over, and the lead singer of Simple Minds. It's amazing how much he looks like James Hetfield from Metallica now. Like it's, you know, I thought it was Metallica, and then I turned it on. I was like, it was a Simple Minds song. I was like, Jesus, oh my god. So, you know, I guess that's just what happens, you know. So
That's really unfortunate.
yeah, I know, right?
You gotta look like somebody.
I don't think I saw The Breakfast Club until the 90s. I don't think I saw it when it came out. I was a big movie going back in the 80s.
And now I'm going to hand the mic off. And now I'd like to pass the mic to Mel.
Thank you, John.
Hey,
Hi, everybody.
hey, Melanie.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you.
So
Nice to see you too.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I was very busy, eating for the one time a day that I eat. So the song I chose is, I actually had trouble deciding which song in this movie to choose. It's in DARKO. What is it there? Oh, Echo and the
Killing
Bunnymen. Killing Moon? No, it's
Killing
not. It was Killing Time.
Was it Killing
Isn't
Time?
it?
I thought it was Killing Moon.
Is it?
That's what I thought, yeah.
I saw it as Killing Time. Either Killing Time or Mad World, you know.
Mad World is by a different artist, though. It's by Tears for Fears, and actually
Yeah,
in
Tears for
Donnie
Fears.
Darko, Here Comes Our Cats.
Yeah.
Here comes the
Sorry,
cat parade.
guys.
So
Every time I get on to talk, I swear.
I didn't get to see Donnie Darko either.
The
That's one of
Killing
my
Moon.
favorite movies.
interestingly enough, it's
Killing
Oh,
Moon.
the Killing
is it?
Moon.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it is Killing Moon.
Hmm.
Interestingly
You're
enough,
right.
the Donnie Darko is about like time travel and Mandela effecty type of shit too. So
Yeah,
it's
it
like kind of
is.
really brings this
Mm.
whole podcast full circle.
Yeah.
you know.
It was a
it's
great movie. I loved it.
Me too. Oh,
Is that me?
John's getting a call from his old job.
Yeah.
1 second.
Well, that's more important than this.
No, it's not.
Okay, we don't need him. The only thing I like about Echo and the Bunnymen is the name.
Right?
I love the name Echo
Well,
and the Bunnymen.
There's a bunny in the movie.
Yeah,
It's a scary bunny, though.
very scary.
Very scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it has like one of my favorite lines where Jake Gyllenhaal is like, "Why are you wearing that stupid bunny suit?" And then the bunny just goes like, "Why are you wearing that stupid human suit?" And it's like just the creepiest feeling. Like throughout the
Yeah.
whole movie, it's just really like there's so many like undertones and like questions that you have at the end of it that makes you be like, "Oh my god, why did I just watch this? I have to like watch it again."
It's weird
And
and
I've
unsettling.
literally
Yeah.
seen this movie so many times, and if you know me, I don't like to watch a lot of movies. The same
Over and
movie
over
over
again,
and
yeah.
over again.
Yeah.
There's
If she's
only
seen
like
it
a very
once,
few
so-
movies that I would actually watch like over and over again.
Like I'll watch Godfather. Like I think it's a tradition to watch The Godfather on either Thanksgiving or on Christmas. Both of them, Godfather 1 and 2.
I don't watch it every year, but I do watch it quite a bit.
I can't
I've
remember
seen
last
it
time I saw
quite
it.
a bit.
I just recently saw those movies. I had tried
Two was
to
better than
watch
one.
them, but
What's that?
Two
What?
was better than one.
Yeah, 2 is awesome. I love 2.
I love 2, but I still prefer 1.
Mm.
Just I like Brando.
Yeah, he was good.
It was Brando's signature performance. Did you see the movie with Matthew Broderick where Brando played like a guy who just happened to look like
Yeah,
The Freshman. That's what it was
Freshman.
called.
Yep.
The Freshman. The Freshman.
with the big iguana.
Yeah, that was that was pretty funny.
Yeah, clever movie.
I liked I always think of Brando ice skating with that girl. You know when he was taking the ice skating lessons?
I don't remember that scene. No.
It's in there, and it's just so funny because he's got all the makeup on. He looks like the Don and everything like that, and it's like he's dressed all in black, and he's ice skating, they're ice dancing, and it's pretty hysterical. You know, it's like it really gives you a different view of Brando, because when you think of Brando's really serious, difficult to work with. You know,
Yeah.
like no real sense of humor, and ooh, nice, good.
Notoriously difficult to work with.
Yes, exactly. So.
I like the Enola Gay. Have you ever heard that song by Echo and the Bunnymen?
No.
That was one of their older tunes, I think, and it was pretty good.
Sounds really familiar. Enola Gay.
That was the first song I heard by them. I didn't become an instant fan, but it was a good tune. Anyway,
I remember the first song I ever heard by them was "Bring on the Dancing Horses."
that's a good song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was like my introduction to those cats. Enola Gay. I don't know why that sounds so familiar, but I'm sure I've heard it.
It's very left out.
You can Google it.
I know very little Echo and Bunnymen.
Yeah, no, I only know that one song because it just reminds me of that movie.
Right.
Back in high school, there was one guy I used to write on my jacket and my coat. He used to draw like The Cure, The Misfits, all the different band names. And Echo and the Bunnymen, he put somewhere. Like, I have no idea who they are, but I like the name.
Yeah.
Echo and the
Yeah.
Bunnymen.
That's cool. I want to do that to one of my jackets.
I always thought that was the guy's name, Echo, and then I was kind of disappointed to find out that his actual name is Ian McCullough. So it's like
Wow.
fucking sellout, Mister walking around with his given name and walk with the cool band name
What
like
an
Echo and the
asshole.
Bunnymen. Yeah, really.
Oh boy.
It's almost as pretentious as calling yourself Reverend.
Wow. That's just, I think I'm done with you guys. I don't have to think.
Oh, no.
We torture him. We torture the poor guy. Someone gets tortured every episode.
I
That's
guess
just
it's my
kind of how it
turn.
goes. Yeah, it's your
My
turn.
turn.
You're due. You're well due. So, but so how's everyone doing aside from everything that's going on?
Excellent for me. I didn't pay taxes for the past 2 years because a couple of years ago I worked for Uber and I did my own taxes, and the way I did them, I used TurboTax, and I thought I was going to have to owe $2,000.
Right.
Well, then I found out about the stimulus program here, and it's all based on your taxes from a couple of years ago.
Right.
So I decided to finally bite the bullet. I brought all my paperwork to H&R Block, and I found out I'm getting like $1,000 back. So
Oh, good.
Yay.
it's been a great day.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Good for you, Dave.
that is a good
Thank
day.
you.
That's nice.
Damn government.
Great.
Right.
Get yours.
Yeah, I'm working on getting mine. Like, I legitimately have not filed taxes in about 4 years. So yeah, and it's likely it's likely that I'm owed money, but it's just like such a clusterfuck. Like I would have to get W-2s from Uber and Lyft and Postmates and Blackjack and whatnot, and I have to get it taken care of one of these days. But I think you got me in on the non-filers, right? Yeah, they do a non-filers thing down here in Massachusetts, so I'm gonna try and get some stimulus out of that because God knows I need it.
Cool.
So
all my financials go through the Cayman Islands, so
Yeah.
believe it or not, I'm getting a couple $2 billion as stimulus to keep my
Believe it.
economy going.
I would fucking believe that.
I would believe
God
that
damn
too.
it.
That wouldn't surprise me for a second. So, I would love that too. I'd be like, yeah, my boy Tony's like rolling deep right now. So
I thought it would stimulate the economy around here. And
well,
I think of a bunch of people would be completely out of debt right away.
Right. Me too.
I got to tell you, Tony, like it's coming to your area too, because we were just we were doing Postmates earlier today, and we were in Grove Hall in Dorchester, and it used to be a pretty rough neighborhood, but now it's like where the house we dropped off at, they were selling condos. They'd redone the house, and there's a whole bunch of construction going on. It's only a matter of time before they just
There's
start.
new condos here all over the place.
Yeah.
Every time every time somebody sells a house, they tear down this 1 or 2 story family house and they put 7 or 8 condos in there.
Yeah,
It's driving me crazy.
it's probably 1 or 2 developers doing all that. It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah, and they're making a bundle.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we're gonna make with this podcast, man. We're gonna make so much money.
It sees the means of production, man.
What's that?
Seize the means of production.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're seizing the airwaves with this. We're building ourselves a nice little community right now. So.
All right.
Seriously,
Let's wrap it up,
20 years ago,
folks.
we wouldn't do it.
Don't you think?
What?
Absolutely.
Don't you think we ought to wrap this up? We're getting away from music.
We are. So
All right.
we often do though.
We
Well,
started out on the Mandela effect, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But does anybody want to hear us talking about finances and urban renewal and
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm
Mandela
just gonna ask the audience what they would like to hear from us in the next episodes. We're gonna have a form for you to fill out and submit your topic ideas. And we'd also I'm trying to figure out how we could do a live show so we can all talk together with commenters and argue and fight with the audience live.
I would love
For
that.
Those new Facebook features will come in handy.
Well-
Yes, I've been trying to figure out a good way for it to happen without there being any lag or issues from multiple presenters.
Hopefully, and hopefully, like we'd have to promote that. That would have to be promoted. We'd have to have people like help us really, because otherwise we go on live and we're expecting some audience participation, and it's just us doing our thing.
Crickets.
Yeah. So.
That doesn't matter really
It
in the
doesn't-
beginning.
it doesn't
I
really
just
matter.
put it out there,
And somebody accidentally clicks it, and then we rag on them. So,
Yeah, you never know. You really never
You're
know.
just trying to deflect it from yourself, Tony.
I don't like to be the center of attention. Everyone knows that about me. I'm a very quiet, laid back kind of guy.
I know, that's why I'm always like, blowing them up, shouting them out on Twitter, tagging them on Facebook.
Thanks so much to Stardust Studios today for the production and
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
helping
Very
get
much
the
so.
website up and the social media graphics looking on point. That's
Yeah.
Stardust.graphics on Instagram and my website. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yep, producer and guest host of this week, Melanie Stardust from Stardust.
Thank you, Melanie.
All right. Thanks, Melanie.
Thank you. So,
And come to rabidgorilla.com because it's starting to come together. It's not there yet, but it's starting to, with the help of Melanie Stardust, and all the good independent punk rock music from Maine. It's not all punk. It's across the board. but a lot of punk.
Yeah,
There's
local music from Maine. It's
Local music.
like good local stuff from Maine. Yeah, absolutely. So
And click, like, and share and all that good stuff, right? And,
subscribe.
Yeah, and make sure to come to my website, IInsultyou.com, where I'll come on to your website and insult you for free.
everybody get it while it's hot. Get the insults while it's hot.
Genius. Absolute genius.
Yeah. So very good.
Free haters.
Well, thanks
Thanks for
again,
tuning
guys.
in.
Number 4 in the can. We done recording?
Yep.
All right, cool. Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. That was a long and winding road.